Hello, friends. How are you all? Hope you are doing great at various aspects of your lives. Welcome to another podcast by ThinkerViews. This is also not a book review podcast, but simply a book discussion podcast where we are talking about a story from the short story collection For Your Eyes Only by Ian Fleming. We have already talked about first two stories in the series. They are A View to a Kill and For Your Eyes Only. Today we are going to talk about the third story in the short story collection, that is Quantum of Solace. Since it was one of the recent most movies in the James Bond series released so far, we are much familiar with the phrase Quantum of Solace. It is not the story where James Bond is the protagonist or even a character of the tale. This is the tale told to him by Governor at the end of the dinner party. Bond has completed a mission in Bahamas and he is at the party at the government house in Nassau when the story was told. He is scheduled to his journey to Miami the next day. During the conversation, Bond said something like, "If I will marry, I would like to marry an air hostess." And in response to the same, the governor told him the tale of his former civil servant, Philip Masters, and air hostess, Rhoda Llewellyn. Philip was a man with the golden heart. He was kind of a workaholic person with human values implanted in him fully. His dedication towards the duty and hard-working nature made him very popular to his immediate boss, and from very low-level post, he was promoted due to good remarks. He was fond of working for the human purposes, and that is what made him even more generous fellow. He worked for governor who has a modern vision and will to solve the native problems of Nigeria as an assistant. The governor, by knowing the qualities of Philip, let him explore the stuff, which in turn resulted into the boon for the poor people and society there. Phillips was very shy and was not thinking about the females in the manner the young people mostly interested in. However, on one trip, he got near to the air hostess Rhoda Llewellyn and he was introduced to the feelings of love. It was his first time in a company of women that made him very different fellow. Though Rhoda was rather thinking to have a comfortable life with attending party and befriend the prominent figures of the high and powerful society, that made her to take interest in Philip. Philip and she got married, and it was all well for a remarkable period. Philip got a new meaning of life, and he cared for Rhoda even more than she deserved. Rhoda, though after a while got bored with the monotonous life and tried to find happiness in material stuff rather than really gold at heart husband. How she started cheating and ignoring Philip, and how she changed her path was a really emotionally disturbing stuff. When the saturation point came, Philip got crushed from within. As he was in the good book of the officials, despite the scandals of his wife was proving political fatal damages to the governor and ruling parties, he was sent abroad for a remarkable period. So he can concentrate on his work and get out of the mental disturbance. Hence, his wife was also came to know that what is correct and what is not, when she was dropped by the son of a political high figure. She has nothing else to go at. So, she decided to play again charm on Philip when he returned. Philip returned from the trip, but he was a totally different man then. There is only coldness in his eyes and not a single ray of warm feelings. All the tricks and emotional breakdowns of Rhoda went into vain, and they ultimately got separated. Though, after separation, also, as part of disturbing things in between, Philip played masterstrokes, leaving her thinking that after they are separated, then also how much Philip hates her. It is very interesting to read human minds in various situations. There must be a quantum of solace or amount of comfort in any relation. When you hate anyone from the deepest heart, it becomes zero. The most shocking thing for anyone is someone is considering him or her as nothing and behaving like there is no existence of him or her. This is what that make one to break down emotionally. It felt an extent by Phillips once and later by Rhoda at the even greater extent. When asked for, one got to know that Rhoda is currently. Well, let's stop here. As you can know by now, this tale is having no James Bond adventure and hence is part of none of the Bond films as the main story. It is rather a story that teaches James a psychological stuff. And this is the story about human minds and it can interest to those only who like to explore the stuff. But the ultimate lesson is a human need emotional acceptance and dependability from loved ones. And if one is betrayed there, it is the most disastrous stuff happened to him or her. So always be genuine and faithful in the relations with loved ones and keep the quantum of solace at huge amount there. If you do not respect each other, it's better to give up and get separated. Well, you will understand that how it shaped James' persona over the course and how he became what he became. Some facts. Quantum of Solace was based on a story told to Fleming by his neighbor and lover Blanche Blackwell about a real life police inspector who Fleming turned into the civil servant Philip Masters. Well, don't forget to listen to our discussion about the previous and next stories from this particular short story collection for your eyes only. Till we meet with our next podcast, bye bye, take care, namaskar.